All right, today we're making ditch salad, also known as swamp saxifrage shoot salad. It's kind of a mouthful to say. This is a edible that does not get a lot of play. It comes up early in the spring where I live and in the northeastern United States and into Canada. It's a really cool plant. I've been calling it Klingon asparagus, and I'm going to show you how to make a salad out of it that Sam Thayer showed me last year, and it's super cool. So here we are, that's Sam. We're out in a fen, which is kind of like a sloping bog forest on one of his properties, and it's just filled with saxifrage shoots. You don't want to pick these if you only see a couple, and to harvest them, you want nice young ones that are not branched out, and you can cut them, or you can just kind of pluck them like I do here. You don't really need any special tools. We don't harvest the leaves. Those don't taste good, and they're bitter, and they have a bad texture. I'm going to pick a couple other leaves and things too, just because they're there. I grabbed some basswood leaves, a little spring beauty, some little wild mustard sprouts. To prepare the shoots, you break the top off. Even though it looks kind of cool, they don't taste that great raw. It's just kind of a textural thing. All you want is kind of that little crisp, juicy shoot. They're really good. They're mild. Sam said he's tasted some bitter ones, or at least he wrote about them in his first book. The ones that I've been eating, I haven't minded the flavor at all. They're like crisp and refreshing. And how Sam does the salad is he cuts up the saxifrage shoots. And I'm going to make sure, the biggest thing is I'm going to make sure that all these ingredients are in kind of similar sizes, so they're not stringy. That plant there, that's Floerkia proserpinacoides. It's kind of like a wild mustard sprout. It's a spring ephemeral. You can use chickweed, will be good too. Then there's a little bit of spring beauty, and you can see that I'm just going to kind of gather the greens up, and I'm just going to cut them into like 1-inch segments, just so that when I put a fork into the salad, it doesn't have like big, long, stringy things hanging down from it. I don't like that. I'll take a couple basswood leaves and put some of those in there. Then I have a few violet flowers that I'll put in, but the dressing is kind of what makes this, besides being an all wild salad, which is crazy awesome. So Sam uses hickory nut oil that he makes, and I'll help him on occasion gather bitternut hickories, and he presses it and sells it. I'll put a link to that in the comments. It's a super cool product. But the salad should be a little bit sweet. So there's some oil, and now what I'm going to add is a little bit of something sweet, some salt, pepper, but I have some vinegar that I make from black apple raspberries. Sam used blueberry juice in one of the ones that he really liked, but you want it to be a little bit sweet. You can add a touch of maple syrup, really anything. Raspberry vinegar, I've done some with sweetened raspberry vinegar. It's super good, and you can do this with other plants too. Make sure to taste it and adjust the seasoning a little bit, and that's really all you need. A little bit of sweet, a little bit of sour, and some good tasting oil, just a little bit, and put it into a bowl. And that is one of the coolest salads that I have ever had. I'll garnish it with a couple wildflowers, a couple dandelions, violets from my yard, spring beauty flowers. That's spring in a bowl. I hope you learned a couple things about swamp saxifrage shoots. Thanks for watching.